A very good morning to all of you here who have gathered for yet again another event of Growing Young. We welcome you all to celebrate the International Women's Day. So, International Women's Day is a global day where we celebrate the achievements, whether it is social or economic or cultural. So today, we woke up in the morning, our WhatsApp group has been buzzing with messages since morning. So that's the enthusiasm from all of you, irrespective of the age. Women's Day is so very special to each one of us. So before we start, I would share a small story with all of you. There was once a farmer, so he saw some eggs in an eagle's nest. So what he did, he took the eggs from the eagle's nest and put it in the hen's nest. And so the eggs hatched and out came the eagles. While the hen knew it was eagle, it never acknowledged the fact that it was an eagle. But the eaglets were, looking at the eagle soaring up high, kept hoping that at least someday it will become an eagle to soar high. Not knowing actually it was an eaglet. So such is the power in each woman here. So unless we acknowledge it, unless we realize it, it never reaches the world. So here I would like to start with a quote by Arlene Rankin. The way in which we think of ourselves has everything to do with how the world sees us and how we see ourselves acknowledged by the world. So we are the picture, and how the world sees us depends on how we want the world to see us. So it is very important that we remain confident, we stand tall, we face life with a smile, develop a good self-esteem, believe in ourselves, and have a never say die attitude. So that is what makes a powerful woman. So amongst us, we have a lot of women. We would actually take we should salute a lot of women here, because at least our generation, it is a little off. It was a little okay. While amongst you, your generation was a little, women were not given the equal rights. But then we see a lot of you had a flourishing career. Not just career aspect, I could see a lot of people who have actually brought up their children so well in spite of so many limitations. So we take this time to salute each one of you here who have achieved socially by career as well as personally as well. So with this, we would go on with the Women's Day celebration. So first, I would like to call upon Subramaniam uncle. So Subramaniam uncle is a retired colonel from Pune. He will be singing "Tu mile, dil ki le, aur jeene ko kya chahiye," a dedication to his wife. So here I would like to add a small note. So we have uncle and auntie joined us about 6 months back, and from then me and Vijay have had the pleasure of watching them doing the session together. So they're always side to side. They share a laughter. They share a joke. They try to, correct each other. They help each other. And that is how they keep moving. It has been a pleasure. We envy that little communication, the little chemistry that they have amongst them. So we have always watched them with admiration. So here we have Uncle. Please move on. The stage is yours. Please to dedicate this lovely song to his wife. Uncle, just a minute. Let me spotlight you and then you can do it. Uncle, you're on mute.
Actually, we have been with you for more than 9 months now. A very happy Women's Day to all women. It is the women who make the world happy. It is the beauty, love, affection, admiration, glamour, wealth, everything is brought by women. If there are no women, the world will be a dry place. men will not be able to give all that what the women give. Women as homemaker as well as in their profession and doing both jobs simultaneously is really a wonderful thing which no man can achieve. So it's a tribute to all the women on this Women's Day. And this song is of 1995, sung by Alka Yagnik and Kumar Sanu. And I dedicate this song to my better half, Vasanta. And I believe that every husband should do that to his wife and every lover to his beloved. And here we go.
Hello, I'm Vasanta. This is a song from the picture Criminal.
Auntie, your audio is very low.
Audio.
Okay. Oh, just
1 minute. Let me.
I think the mic position.
Okay.
Yeah.
were you able to hear me earlier?
Yes, Uncle's voice was okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll speak direct from here.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Okay. This song is from the film Criminal, and which we used to like, and he's trying to like portray me in that. But sometimes even I'm also looking forward for the same. So I am also going to join in between for the support.
Rather, she is going to start the song.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me?
Actually,
Auntie,
is
you're
audible in the
better
mic.
off without the mic, actually.
Yeah. Uncle is audible in the mic, but not auntie.
Are you ready?
Yeah, yes. Okay now.
Okay. तू मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए
तू मिले दिल खिले
और जीने को क्या चाहिए ना हो तू उदास
तेरे पास मैं रहूंगा जिंदगी भर ना हो तू उदास तेरे पास मैं रहूंगा जिंदगी भर सारे संसार का प्यार मैंने तुझी में पाया तू मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए
चंदा तुझे
देखने को निकला करता है आईना भी हो दीदार को तरसा करता है इतनी हंसी कोई नहीं इतनी हंसी कोई नहीं सोचने दोनों जहां का एक तुझ में सिमट के आया तू मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए प्यार कभी मरता नहीं हम तुम मरते हैं होते हैं वो लोग अमर प्यार जो करते हैं जितनी अदा उतनी वफा जितनी अदा उतनी वफा एक नजर प्यार से देख लो फिर से जिंदा कर दो तू मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए ना दिल मिले दिल खिले और जीने को क्या चाहिए ना हो तू उदास तेरे पास मैं रहूंगी जिंदगी भर तू उदास तेरे पास मैं रहूंगी जिंदगी भर
सारे संसारे गा प्यारे, मैंने तुझी में पाया, तू मिले दिल की ले, और जीने को क्या चाहिए, तू मिले दिल की ले, और जीने को क्या चाहिए.
Thank you.
Such a
Wonderful,
lovely
wonderful,
song.
beautiful. Thank you, Uncle and Auntie.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Sunanda, remove the spotlight. Next, we have Devel uncle here. Actually, they are basically from Chennai, but they are now in US, I think in Connecticut. For them, the time is now 11:45. Uncle asked us, I want to share a few thoughts about my wife. We said, it's okay, you can, record and send, we will just show it in the show. But he said, no, I want to do it in the live. And at 11:45, he's here with his wife and he's going to talk about his wife now. Yes, uncle, you can start.
Yeah, thank you. Happy Women's Day. I am talking about my wife, not because she is my wife. She's a talented lady, and all her talents are for his family and family business. She was born a second child of 7 children for her mother, and because of that, she has to look after the brothers who are much younger to her at her young age. Then she got married in 18, so she could not continue her studies. But having brought up her brothers, she is well versed in medical terms. She knows a lot of. After marriage, I was touring for my bank. From there, if I have any medical problem, cold or anything, I don't refer any doctor. Then I ask for over phone what I can do, and she suggests the correct medicine, and she is so good at that because of her experience, and whenever any doctors gives any prescription, she studies well and uses it for others. That is her talent, and remembers everything. And another thing is in business also, she is very shrewd, and she helped her son to set up his business, and the business grew because of her. And she knows more about the products we have more than me. It's a family business brought up from her father. That is, she knows the name of all the products we are dealing. Maybe nearly 500 items. She knows everything, and she is very business-like. She talks to the bank officials. Everything she convinces people. She is able to convince people, and she is so talented. And in social life also, she is a very good counselor. Because of her counseling, she was able to save some family people from breaking the marriage tie. She was able to do it because of her counseling. So talented she is. And in purchasing, she is a very, I cannot say, everybody in the family, or relatives or friends, they call her whenever they want to buy anything. She take them to market, to the correct shop, and get the correct thing at the correct rate. That is the talent. So because of, if she had had the opportunity to continue her education and not involved in this family business, she would have definitely become a marketing executive of very big company. It is it's unfortunate that she is wedded to the family and not to the society as a whole. But she is a very talented woman, and I am not. There are so many things, but time may not permit. So thank you all for giving me an opportunity. Thank you, Sunanta madam. Thank you, Vijay madam. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Auntie is enjoying the way you're talking from there. We can see her expressions. Thank you so much. They're yet another lovely couple. So right around 4:30, our evening session is morning 4:35 for them. So they never fail to miss the session. Both of them will get up and come for the session on time from the US. Thank you.
And this talks about the recognition, maybe we can say this is the success outcome of the Women's Day celebration, because women talking about women, it's not a big thing. The first two events, what we had now is two men talked about women and, the recognition they gave to their wife. It's really, wonderful to hear. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we are, Sunil, remove the spotlight. Next, we are going to have a game now. Okay, this is the game. We are going to share a PowerPoint here. Okay, and we are going to give the clues one by one. If you get it in the first clue itself, you can raise your hand and you can tell, who is that. So it is going to be a women personality, famous women personality. We are going to give clues, maybe from the harder one to easier one. Please try to find them. Okay, we are going to share a PowerPoint.
If you find an answer, just raise your hands and you can unmute yourself and say the answer. Okay, so shall we begin now? Good morning, Chumki ma'am. Good morning, Vandana ma'am. Wishing you a happy Women's Day.
Good morning, Chumki ma'am. Good morning, Vandana ma'am. Good morning, Sivakami auntie. Be ready.
Okay, here is your first clue. The feather of the dawn.
If anybody is ready, you can just unmute yourself and you can tell.
Vijay, you have a watch. Since I'm sharing the screen, I'm not able to see everyone.
That's what I'm also not seeing the full gallery view. That's why I am asking them to unmute. If you find the person, you can unmute yourself and you can tell. Yeah, the next clue. Wait. Sunanda, Dolly auntie is raising the hand.
Yes, Dolly auntie.
Unmute yourself. The first clue itself you found out, is it?
Is it Sarojini Naidu?
Yes, it
is. That's great.
So the next other clues, we'll just go into the next clue. Spectral flute, Indian political activist and poet, first Indian woman to be the president of INC, and the biggest clue, Nightingale of India. And here comes Sarojini Naidu.
Lovely, Dolly auntie. Thank you.
Great going, Dolly auntie. Okay, now we will just move on. Have I stopped sharing?
No, Sunanda. Yeah.
Okay. So next we'll go for another event. Good morning, Senior Mal auntie. Good morning, Usharani auntie. Wishing you a happy Women's Day. So next we have. Good morning, auntie.
Good morning, auntie.
So
not able to view the screen. Nanda Viji, I'm not able to view the screen.
No, the screen is done. Now we have another event, ma'am. 1 minute. So next we have Revati ma'am. So Revati ma'am is all the way from New Zealand, and she is here to recite a poem on the topic woman for all of us. So Revati ma'am has been with us for almost 10 months. I would say that she's one of the most consistent participants that we have had. Unless for real reasons, she never skips. And if there is a reason for her to skip, she feels so bad about it. She apologizes and she keeps messaging me and Vijay saying that she has missed. So that is her consistency. And we just love the way she comes with a smile and greets us every day morning. Thank you, Revati ma'am, for being with us. So now we are waiting to hear it from you. Let me spotlight you. You can. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Sunanda. And wishing all the wonderful ladies of Growing Young a very happy Women's Day. You're all lovely. You're all awesome. You're rocking. And now it's all dedicated to all the beautiful women who I know I'm yet to know. Woman, W stands for wonderful, ongoing melody amidst nature is what is woman. Woman is a wonder creation. Like a string of pearls strung together, her strength and beauty enhances when she is in the company of loving, caring friends and family. Like a rose, she blooms and spreads her fragrance even to casual passers-by. Like a river that flows non-stop, she doesn't stop to worry about any hurdles she might face on the way. Like a precious diamond whose value grows with each cut, with every challenge that she confronts, a woman grows in her strength and valor. Like a tree that feeds and shelters and protects the environment, she willfully and happily volunteers to be the unseen roots upholding the rest of the tree, spreading cool shade and joyous warmth to everyone. Woman, wonderful, warm, and welcoming, open-minded, open-hearted, magical, magnanimous, magnificent, majestic, admirable, adorable, adventurous, affectionate, natural, nice, nifty, nurturing. All this and more makes a woman. Woman, in one word, simply translates to love. Thank you.
Lovely, Revati ma'am.
Thank you so much for this lovely poem that really does add essence to a woman. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay, next we have the most awaiting program even for the day. We have Jayalakshmi ma'am, Jayalakshmi Kalaimamani Jayalakshmi Sekhar with us. So she is going to do a veena recital for us. So here, before we start, let me give a small introduction about ma'am. She started at a young age of 6 years with violin, and then around 10 years she started veena. And from there was no stopping. She has even learned the flute as well. She has worked as an associate professor in the Tamil Nadu Music and Fine Arts University. Her awards are many. I'm just going to say a few. She has been awarded in 2020 by the Tamil Nadu government as Kalaimamani, and hence she is now known as Kalaimamani Jayalakshmi Sekhar. Apart from that, she has received Kala Vipanchi Award, Hamsa Vinodini Award, Veena Award, Lifetime Achievement Award from Malaysia and Australia. Right now, she is in Malaysia and she is doing some workshops. In one word, beyond all that, if you want me to tell, she is so simple, so humble. So before the event, me and Vijay were actually thinking, we were hesitant if we could ask this from her. You know, such a great person, if she would be okay to do a program for us. But the moment I just messaged her asking, ma'am, would you be okay to do it? She said, wow, I am in. That's it. There was nothing else. No questions asked. She was in immediately. So from the time she has been with us, she's been so approachable, so humble, so modest. So none of us actually know such a great person is amongst us, right? So today we are all so very privileged, Jayalakshmi ma'am, to have you here, and we are going to hear from her to listen to the Veena recital from her. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Sunanda and Vijay, for letting me participate in this, and I've also enjoyed the exercises so much. I try not to miss.
Yes, from wherever you are, we have seen her attending from hotel rooms. So she will say, I'm here in the hotel. Can you send the link? I will do it. So that
really,
is how she used to attend.
Always wondering in your tight schedule how you are making time and, you are attending the sessions. Really, it's very, very appreciable.
Yeah. To sit on the floor, I need your exercises.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. I just perform a melody. It's for enjoying the melody, what I'm going to do. Since the great legend, Nightingale of India, Lata Mangeshkar ji, has passed on, I thought I will render a song that she made famous, Vaishnava Janato. It's composed by Narsingh Mehta, and she popularized this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Mesmerizing is the one word, small little word that we could say. We could see all of them nodding their heads, dancing to your tunes. We really, really loved it and enjoyed your performance. Thank you so much, Jayalakshmi ma'am, for coming us and gifting us. We are indeed gifted to listen to you today.
Yes, we are really lucky and, like gifted to have the performance today in our event today. Thank you, Jayalakshmi ma'am. Okay, we'll move to the next one. We have Shailaja auntie here. She is the journalist. She has taught journalism and creative writing at Sophia College Open Classroom. She was on the general body and preliminary selection committee of International Films for Children and Young Adults for the Children Film Society. She has also produced Air India's in-flight India music for almost 7 years. Currently, Mrs. Shailaja edits, translates, writes, and creates videos for Sri Chitrapur Math. Despite her packed schedule, she has always ensured to be regular to the sessions. She is truly an inspiring personality who has never stopped dreaming. Thank you, Shailaja auntie, for being here. Yeah, now the stage is yours.
Well, I'm very embarrassed to have all these listings because all of this has come to me very naturally because people are my canvas. I love communicating in all forms. I have been in Femina, I have done Air India, as you said, radio, television. I have also had the honor and pleasure of anchoring for some of the finest musicians of the land, both instrumental and vocal. But more than anything, today, what I would like to talk about in these 3 minutes is how I keep healthy in body, mind, and spirit. Maybe some of these things will resonate with all the wonderful women here, whom I wish a very happy International Women's Day. So far as the body goes, I've been very rigidly following our 2 enthusiastic teachers' thing about 15 minutes of walking, and I do it very rapidly, and I've been able to clock 1,600 steps in 15 minutes. That does good for me. That's 1. 2 is I'm a student of yoga as well. So I do 12 Surya Namaskars and some asanas and pranayams, which are part of my daily routine. And 3rd, of course, I try my best to be regular with the classes. And whenever I'm not able to do that, I request them to put me in another class so that I can meet it, of course, except when I'm traveling. So this is for the body. So far as the mind is concerned, I read a lot, I write a lot, I watch good films. And second thing, I believe a lot in cultivating and keeping good relationships for the health of the mind, whether it's neighbors, whether it's family, whether it's friends. I ensure that I make time to be with them, find out how they are doing. And this is another thing which contributes greatly to mental health, according to me. And then 3rd, I'm very fond of learning new things. In the pandemic isolation, I did an acting workshop, which I found fantastic. I'm just going to be starting music lessons in Alap. I'm very interested in learning to find the source of a raga and just do the akar, not bandishes. And I'm also in a conversational Sanskrit class because I'm very interested in learning to talk in Sanskrit. So this is for the mind. So far as the spirit goes, and this helps memory also. I believe a lot in learning chants and stotrams, of which we have a treasury. And committing them to memory is a very good way of keeping the mind agile, and at the same time, you are in a different world. The second thing for the spirit is trying to do meditation in a very simple manner, trying to do away with all thoughts at least for 5 minutes in a day, sitting in the same place at the same time. This I have found is a very good way of relaxing your mind and, with all that clutter that is there all the time. Third thing is trying to help somebody who doesn't have it all as much as you do. Just a little, it helps you to declutter. It helps them to get something which they could not afford. These little things have helped me greatly to keep healthy in body, mind, and spirit. And most of all, my feeling is that age is a state of mind. You think young, you stay young. And since cricket is on and our Indian women have just defeated Pakistan, I'll end with saying, I'm 71, not out. Thank you for listening to me.
That's a wonderful this thing. Actually, Auntie has not been only her inspiration is other way also. She's been a constant support to all of to us growing young. Actually, not once, many times. Whenever there is an event, wherever she is, however her schedule is, she will say she will pop in and say, "I will contribute. I will be a part of it." So that's Shailaja Auntie for all of you. She is indeed a great inspiration for all of us. To me and Vijay as well. Thank you, Auntie, for being part
After
of
listening to your talk, actually, what we have added in the intro, who has never stopped dreaming, right? So, like on listening to your, talk, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Next we have Shamla Auntie. She is going to display a few pictures for us. Just a minute. Vijay, where's Shamla Auntie?
QCOM BTD.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Shamla Auntie has been with us for almost 3 years now. So since we started our sessions, live sessions, from there she has been with us, and she was one of the first persons to immediately say yes when we started our online session. So we started with a humble 8 actually. And she was one amongst the 8 who she never thought whether she online is possible, not possible. That was the beginning of the pandemic when Zoom was absolutely unknown to all of us. In fact, me and Vijay were also experimenting then. But Shamla Auntie had no doubt about that. She immediately said, yes, I'm going to be part of it. And she joined us, and she has been a support to us right from the time we were having offline sessions, and now as we continue online as well. Thank you, Shamla Auntie. Here she wants to display a few pictures of hers.
Auntie, start your video.
Yes, Auntie, I've switched off your video actually. Shamla Auntie, I've sent you a request to start your video. Yes, Auntie, you can display your pictures. Auntie, please unmute yourself.
I'm not getting it.
We are able to hear you, Auntie.
You are able to hear me? Are you able to see me?
Yes, Auntie.
But here I'm not able to see anything.
Yeah, you can show, Auntie. We are able to see you and we are able to hear you also. Yeah.
It's believed that drawing helps you to improve your mental health. So during this pandemic, I have done some research in drawing, and there are some coloring matters I have done. But now I am going to show you only the various things I have used for drawing the same design. This one is crayon, using the crayon. This one is using the drawing pencil. This one is using...
Excuse me, I'm not able to see anything. No screen. Excuse me.
Chumki ma'am, we are able to see her screen. Can you just check your video connection, Chumki ma'am?
This one is done with pen brush local. This one, same design, done with pen brush local. Okay. This one is done by Sharpie, same painting material, but a sophisticated one. This one is pen brush, but drawn in lines. This one is using the cardboard material and then with the modern pen brush. So these are the 6 using the different materials, but same design. I hope you will all enjoy this. Thank you very much.
Lovely, lovely, Shyamalanti. Thank you. Thank you for showing all the artworks.
These are the materials I use. 1, 2, 3, and then crayon.
Thank you, Shyamalanti. That was wonderful. Yes, age is no barrier. So keep learning, keep inspiring, and keep creating. Hitting your brain every now and then to be very active mentally and physically.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Auntie.
Good. We'll move on to the game again. We are going to share the PowerPoint again here. Another women personality on seeing the clues.
Okay. Before that, a small request, requesting all of you to close your eyes before, when we say open the eyes, you can open your eyes.
Because it's showing all the clue, is it?
Yes. Okay, now you can open. Sorry, just a minute.
We saw the answer too.
Yeah, that was already done. Okay, now I request you to close your eyes again one more time. Sorry. Yes. The first clue, former name Montu. Is there anyone? You can unmute yourself and say the answer if anyone knows the answer.
Can we go to the second clue? Yes.
She picked her own name after entering school. So who is this naughty girl? Anyone?
Okay, we'll move to the next clue now.
Okay. Degree in aeronautical engineering. Now it's easy.
Kalpana Chawla.
Yeah,
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, Neeru ma'am.
Yes, Neeru ma'am. Perfect. So
Thank
awarded
you.
NASA Space Flight Medal and the first woman of Indian origin to go to space. And here we have Kalpana Chawla.
Okay. Good, Neeru ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vijay ma'am is here, right, Sunanda?
Yes, she's here.
Okay, next, again, the waiting performance. The next performance by Mrs. Vijayalakshmy Subramaniam. She's a Carnatic vocalist, the famous personality again. With her career in music extending over 2 decades, Dr. Vijayalakshmy Subramaniam is today among the most sought after vocalists of the Carnatic music tradition. Uniquely known for her capitative voice and, for her music, actually. She is a PhD in music and has traveled widely for music conferences, both in India and abroad. Vijayalakshmi is known for her authentic rendering of composition with flawless diction. She started her training in Carnatic music at New Delhi at the age of 5, and I think still it's going on. And she has awarded with many awards, actually. To tell, few in that, she got MS Subbulakshmi Award in 2010, Nada Bhushanam Award, Best Pallavi Rendition Prize, Sahitya Priya Award, Sangeeta Sikhamani, and I think the list goes on. There are many awards. And she's a doctorate in the music. And again, we are very happy and proud to have her here, to perform in the event today. Thank you, Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Again, the same thing what we said for Jayalakshmi ma'am. Really, we were hesitating to ask her. Immediately, she said, as I just messaged her, ma'am, can I have 2 minutes to talk? She immediately called me and I asked her, ma'am, this is the request. She said, yeah, it's fine. Yes, we will do it. Thank you, Vijayalakshmi ma'am.
Thank you, Vijay. I'm indeed very happy to be part of the Growing Fitness family. And I think I'm very happy to share that when I joined the course, it was something which I felt everybody in our age group or going forward, we needed. But I'm so happy at the way in which you and Sunanda conduct this. It's so professional, so friendly, and so, the classes are never boring. Every class you have something different and something to look forward to. And I'm so disappointed if I miss class on a day. So I'm very happy to be a part of this. And since we're talking about women's empowerment, I think one of the most famous poets of Tamil Nadu, Mahakavi Subramania Bharati, spoke so many poems he wrote for women and for, Pen Urimai and Magalir Munnetrathukku, so to say. So I thought I'll sing one of the very popular songs of Bharati today for us here. You may have heard it. It's a very well-known song. Chinnanjere kiliyae kannamma, chinnanjere kiliyae kannamma, silva kananjiyame, ennai kalitittu ulagil, ennai kalitittu ulagil, ஏற்றம் புரிய வந்தாய் சின்னஞ்சேறு கிளியே கண்ணம்மா செல்வ களஞ்சியமே பிள்ளை கனியாவுதே கண்ணம்மா பேசும் பொற்று திறமே பிள்ளை கனியாவுதே கண்ணம்மா பேசும் பொற்று திறமே அள்ளி அணைத்திடவே என் முன்னே ஆடி வரும் தேனே சின்னஞ்சேறு கிளியே கண்ணம்மா செல்வ களஞ்சியமே ஓடி வருகையிலே கண்ணம்மா உள்ளம் குளிருதடி ஓடி வருகையிலே கண்ணம்மா உள்ளம் குளிருதடி ஆடி திரிதல் கண்டால் உன்னை போய் ஆவி தழுவுதடியே உச்சிதனை முகர்ந்தால் கர்வம் ஓங்கி வளரு உச்சிதனை முகர்ந்தால் கர்வம் ஓங்கி வளரு மெச்சி உன்னை ஊரார் புகழ்ந்தார் மேனிசிலே கதடி கன்னத்தில் முத்தமிட்டார் கன்னத்தில் முத்தமிட்டார் உளந்தான் கல்வெறி கொள்ளுது உன்னை தாழவிடினோ கண்ணம்மா மதமாக உன் கண்ணில் நீர் வழிந்தார் உன் கண்ணில் நீர் வழிந்தார் என் நெஞ்சு உதிரம் கொட்டுதடி உன் கண்ணில் நீர் வழிந்தார் என் நெஞ்சு உதிரம் கொட்டுதடி உன் கண்ணில் பாவையன்றோ கண்ணம்மா உன் கண்ணில் பாவையன்றோ கண்ணம்மா என் உயிர் நின்றதோ என் உயிர் நின்றதோ என் உயிர் நின்றதோ.
Lovely, 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 Vijayalakshmi ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
It's all-time favorite song for everyone. You know, like on hearing itself, you know, it will give you all the emotions and feelings.
Yeah, I was very intrigued to listen to Mrs. Ganguly also because I had a long stint with All India Radio as a program executive and have also interacted with many musicians and other famous personalities. So I felt a bond there. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for honored. I mean, we are really honored to have this to listen to you today. Thank you so much.
No words to tell. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, so next we have Dolly Auntie all the way from New Zealand again. Okay. So Dolly Auntie was introduced to Growing Young by her sister Asmi Auntie. So she's not here because she has a doctor's appointment today. So every morning, the 10 a.m. batch that is on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays, we listen to her piano keyboards. So it is with that we begin with the classes. 9:45 we switch on. She will be there. Her video will be off. So the keyboard music alone is something all of us listen to it before jumping into the session at 10 o'clock. So that is Dolly Auntie for us. She has, her lovely smile and a big hi. And in fact, we used to call her ma'am. And she said, why ma'am for some people and why auntie? Why not calling me auntie? So that's the way she was actually asking us. And then we started calling her as well as auntie. Okay, that's Dolly Auntie with us. She's here to share a few words about herself, her achievements and her accomplishments in her life. Auntie, over to you.
Yeah, I'm happy Women's Day to everyone there. And it's so lovely to see my own culture coming out from India. It is so beautiful to go back to my own roots, listening to everybody and listening to the music, listening to the singing. It's nostalgic for me, you know. And yeah, and my sister is also very good with harmonium and with the other instrument. I can't remember the name that she plays, string instrument she plays. Yeah, and I joined the army, and I was looked after prisoners of war in 1971 in the Indo-Pak aggression. Yeah, so I was posted to Delhi. I was looking after prisoners of war, and I was looking after all the senior officers. That time, Chief of the Air Marshal, Chief of the Navy Staff, General Manekshaw, all of them were there, and I was in the Army hospital at that time, looking after not only them but their children and grandchildren. So it was nice working in the Army setup in Delhi during that time, and And of course, I've saved some lives there, and I was awarded the VSM by President Zayal Singh in 84. And yes, and I've been moving from east, north, south, east, west on postings. I worked in the Navy, worked in the Army, and I've enjoyed my career and medical profession. I studied in the Armed Forces Medical College and as a nurse, the nursing division, yeah. And I carried on working in New Zealand for the last 20 years. I've worked here and continued my service here as well in the children's. Yes, and I have a daughter here, and she's married, and she's a pilot, the first pilot in the family. She flies for the past 10 years. She's been flying, teaching flying in Australia, plus teaching flying here, as well as she's flying now for Qantas between Australia and New Zealand. But because of COVID, she's out of a job for the last 2 years because of the borders closing. And that's a sad thing, yeah. And yes, what else? I have much, I'm not a very good public speaker. I'm very bashful, so.
Thank you. Thank you. It was so wonderful to hear from her. So she quickly shared a few pictures that were really amazing, you know, to see with her. She was a different person with a uniform. It was wonderful to hear it from her as well. So here we have right now, you know, her courage is seen even now. Very recently, she showed her small X-ray of her foot, and she said, "So I have this problem in this foot. I don't know if I can do, but I definitely want to be part of it." And that is how she was part of it. In spite of me and Vijay were wondering how she is going to do with all the pain. But again, she is one of the most consistent person, never missing the session. Unless it is for a valid reason. Thank you so much, Dolly Auntie, for sharing a few words on your achievements. Yeah. We salute you once again for the work that you have done for the nation. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you for getting me involved in this. I'm feeling really young at 75. So
that's glad to hear. Thank you, Dolly Auntie.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we move on to the game again. So all of you please close your eyes once more. Okay, here comes the first clue. Born in Rajasthan, Jodhpur. Anyone for it? You can unmute and say.
Again, the women first.
Sorry, Vijay ma'am.
Mirabai?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Go for the second clue.
Also a Bharatanatyam dancer.
Lata ma'am, did you say something? Okay. Anyone? Okay, we'll go to the next clue now.
Daughter of an airman in IAF.
Leela Sansing?
No.
No, ma'am. No, not yet.
Not Leela Sampson?
No.
No, not Leela.
Sonal Mansingh? No.
No. We'll hit the next clue. A Khel Ratna Award winner.
Mallika.
Sorry?
Malika.
Not Mallika.
The last clue will be a very easy clue on saying.
I'm sure all of you would say yes to
it. So now try now.
Rack your brains, get the answer out. Shall we go for the last one? Highest run scorer with women's international cricket.
Yes.
Who's that?
Mithali.
Yeah,
Mithali. Yes, that is right.
Mithali
So that's Mithali
Mithali
for us.
Raj. Mithali Raj, yes.
Yes.
Vitali. Picture.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Vitali Raniya Raya.
Okay. Now we will move on to one more person. We were now going to talk about Tandra ma'am. Okay. Tandra ma'am is here. Tandra ma'am has very recently started on a small new venture called Dana Apparels. So she will talk more about what she is doing. So is age a limit to start to start your entrepreneurial skills? No, not at all. So at any point of time, if you're passionate about something, you can start your stint. At any point, you can start your career. And Tandra ma'am is one such example. Not only that, she is also a musician and she has done 2 decades of teaching with Visharat music, and she has also worked with the travel industry. And now we have Tandra ma'am with us, who is going to share a few words about her recent current entrepreneurial venture.
Now,
just a second, ma'am. Sunanda, once mute everyone and then unmute.
Yeah, sure.
Tandra ma'am.
Tandra ma'am, you can unmute yourself, please.
Firstly, good morning, all of you. If there is any tag called being irregular to class crown, I should wear it. I am taking it on myself, getting things sorted in so many ways. I wish we had 20 hands, not the imaginary 10. But yes, it was very nice. As soon as I heard that there is one place I can find a niche and do this, speak about my venture. But before speaking about my venture, I want to bow down to all those women I heard musically or in words. I mean, I really didn't know we are exercising with such stalwarts now. And imagine me making excuses for small reasons, but have to be there now. Yes, I have been teaching for a long time. Before that, I was in a travel agency. And before that, I started my career as a music teacher. Now, people will say a rolling stone gathers no moss. I will say a rolling stone gathers shine. And I have been probably a person who hasn't been able to stick on just for the sake of sticking on to anything. And when I left my job, it doesn't have to be that there is another one waiting with a bigger package. It has never been like that. It has always been that, okay, I am now stagnant here. I've given enough here. Time to move on. So this is a venture. I won't say it's accidental, but it was not supposed to be a business venture at all. Till I went to these weavers from whom I was always passionate about my saris. It comes down generations, actually. Yes, I have watched literally every woman in my house wearing amazing stuff. And then my occupation gave me the chance to wear them. And I understood that I was wearing something which was creating an identity. But who is the creator behind it? Nobody knew them. All those unknown faces, those weavers. And the worst part is the way people used to talk about an apparel or the way people thought about it. So I'm telling you, I worked in an institute where I was the only one who used to wear a sari. And I was told by my boss that be careful, this is a very modern institute and people might not like you wearing one. So I told her, ma'am, please give it 2-3 months. And I used to teach economics, social studies. So I cannot go against my roots and teach that subject. So when I started wearing those saris, I had students coming to me, even when I didn't have a class with them, to peep into our teacher's room to see what was I wearing for that day. So things changed. And the same boss of mine, who is no more my boss because I gave up my job, was yesterday at my venture to buy a sari for herself. Now, this is a venture which is only to empower weavers. I had gone to these weavers very long back when I was sourcing a big batch for a marriage. And I understood that the market rates which were being charged for these weaves are nearly 300% more. Nearly 300% more. And believe me, just like a media spy, I have taken screenshots of all those brands who are selling it at that cost. And I have that same sari on my hand, sitting next to the weaver who spun it. So this suddenly gave me such a beautiful this thing. Okay, I love traveling and I love writing blogs. And I thought this was a very good amalgamation of all the three. So I go to each state, meet the grassroots weavers. I don't go to showrooms at all to buy sarees. I might go to the showroom to find out what is the deviation in cost. But then I source from there and I come back, write about my experience. And then they are given at the marginal overhead cost add-ons. I'm feeling pretty good doing this. There is no desperation. There is no target. Feels good. And thank you for letting me share this. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Tantra ma'am. Thank you. That was inspiring. So
Thank
yes,
you, Tantra ma'am.
all of us
So
have dreams to carry on.
Yeah, you gave a tip to everyone, I think, how to buy a saree.
Yeah.
So we'll reach out to you next time.
I didn't mention my brand name because I'm not doing promotion here.
Right.
So next time, where can we shop your sarees? Here comes the question from Vijayalakshmi ma'am.
I am there on all the media platforms as Dana Apparels. Dana means wings.
Yes. Yeah, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, we will share her number. You can actually reach out to her directly.
Thank
okay.
you.
So next time we all reach out to you, Tantra ma'am.
We also wear sarees often. Would love to see your collection and help the weavers.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
Are you based in Chennai?
No. I'm Mumbai based, but I do everything online. And I want to go to every state now, which are the saree. I've just finished with Tamil Nadu.
So please don't think of it. Please do share your
numbers and
portal here where we can access.
True. I will ask Vijay and Sunanda and do it. That is their portal.
Sure, we will share. We will share. Yeah.
I think being Women's Day, we should support each other now. Right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Chandra ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Lata Suresh ma'am here. She recently joined us and she lives in the same community where we live, actually. Just a second, we will spotlight her. Yes, she's here. And she attends our sessions regularly. Always, she gives a very appreciative and encouraging words to us about the program and everything. Thank you, Lata ma'am. And she's here to share a few words about womanhood. Yes, Lata ma'am.
Thank you. Wishing all of the women folk in the group a very happy Women's Day. Nice seeing all our friends here, very enthusiastic here. Really feeling jealous that we could have done better in life. That is the thought that is coming into me now. So we have stayed just as homemakers. We could have come into other part of the life also. It is that thought that is coming into me now. Very happy to see all enthusiastic ladies here. And also the supporting men who supported their wives. Very, very nice words. Subramaniam sir. And one more, Mr. Jaivel sir also. Very nice to hear men appreciating women. Very happy about that. Nice. But now today I would like to talk about Vijay and Sunanta here. Yeah, the fantastic ladies. There are many people who are inspirational, but still I find these two very nice. I would like to appreciate them. This is a chance which I get to appreciate them. So they have made me active and I feel more, fit enough nowadays after joining the class sessions nowadays. So I would like to thank more of any other thing. I would like to thank Sunanta and Vijay. And I know them for the past 5 years and I see a very good growth in them. And I feel you continue your same trend again and again and reach more laurels and more heights and even more to achieve more. And wishing you both a success. Okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you
so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Really proud of you both.
It's so nice of you. Yeah. Thank you, Lata ma'am.
Thank you, Geeta ma'am.
Yeah. Bye, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I fully agree with you about Vijay and Sananda.
Next, again, we are going to see
Yes,
slide.
Subramaniam, one second. One
Yeah.
second. Yes, uncle?
I said I fully agree with her about Vijay and Sananda. It's very rare to find two ladies together doing the program so nicely. And,
Yes, see, we talk about many others. So, see, unknown people, they are all. We have to appreciate who are in front of our eyes. So I find
Thank you
that
so much.
our community has many ladies, but I really wonder at Vijay and Sunanta here. So it is very nice, yeah. Because, and especially Vijay, I'm seeing her for the past 5 years. She's in our community, and through her, I've known Sunanta also. So I'm very happy to see their growth here.
Thank you so much, Lata ma'am. Thank you, uncle.
Yeah.
Apart from making us fit, you have dedicated your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you,
more,
very
no?
true.
See, when we
Very
don't
true,
find
madam.
for smaller things itself, they have spent the whole week. See, somehow it is only on Sundays everybody gets a leave, but the whole week they work throughout, and they are coordinating many programs also. And that is really, I don't know from where you have all that contacts and strength. Really,
Well
nice.
said,
Very
my
happy.
mind words, ma'am.
Very happy
Well said,
for both of
ma'am.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
Thank you so much.
absolutely
everyone.
right. Absolutely right. They'll just go headlong into whatever they're doing, and they make such an effort.
Yeah, the effort needs to be
Always
appreciated.
a smile on their face in spite of having a whole busy schedule all week. Yes,
Yeah, we talk about leaders.
Even during the COVID days, they were so tired, and yet they just missed one session and they carried on after that. Such an effort.
We talk about many, renowned stars, there are so many people to talk about. Okay, there are many to talk. But in our community, people are more closer to us. We nearly need to appreciate and encourage them. This is the motivation for them to do more and more.
Absolutely right.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. We're really honored. Thank you so much. You're all an inspiration to us. You keep pushing us. You keep pushing us every step to move ahead. Thank you. Thank you all for your blessings and love.
You don't get tired at all, both of you. God bless you both. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are there for us anytime, any day. You are there for us at the comfort of our house. We are really enjoying your sessions.
Thank you, Kanchana ma'am. You're behind the screen. We wish you could switch on the camera.
No.
One more thing, they are always smiling face. Never I saw, they are not smiling. Very good, So that first installation we get.
I used to wonder that secret, how they are so active and so encouraging each time we attend the classes. Morning session, afternoon session, any session you go, they are always there with a smiley face to welcome us.
I think I know
prompt with replying to messages also.
The secret behind, I think the secret behind Sunanda and Vijay's energy is their passion and love for what they do. They just don't see it as an occupation or a profession. They see it as their livelihood and much more. And they see it as, they enjoy helping someone. They enjoy, helping all of us keep fit, keep growing younger and getting healthier and better in our lives. Thank you, Surenda. Thank you, Vijay, for all your
Thank you, Revati ma'am. Thank you all.
You spot on.
You have to thank your family members also for allowing you.
Yes. Family members.
Without support, nothing will go.
Great thing, no.
The support of the family members.
Yes, the
absolutely
needs to be appreciated. Really, without their support, for a woman to achieve, it's really difficult. I am sure your husbands are supporting you a lot. So my applause to them also.
Thank you. We'll definitely convey to them.
And your children. And your children.
Yeah,
children,
sure,
yes,
children.
we would definitely say because they are the most compromised.
Yes. Yeah,
because we literally don't have any time and they are the most compromised.
So this Women's Day, you have to be celebrated by us.
No, one day they will
Thank you
celebrate
so
you.
much.
They are kids, no? They will celebrate you one fine day. Don't worry. They will tell we have successful moms.
Yes, especially looking after their health also.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, actually, we both have, we don't have a female kid. We both have a male kids actually. But, we are taking care that we are teaching our kids, to respect the womanhood, right? We are making them independent to work, really, we are very particular about that, because, they are not very small kids now. They are grown up kids now. They should know, how to take care of them by, themselves, because, if we are busy with, our work, please, try to do everything by yourself, because you are, old enough to do that now, right? We are training them also, and we are teaching them how to respect the womanhood, and, how, generation is changing. So we should keep moving. Yesterday, I told my son, you will not, you should not expect anything from your wife, right? You should do by yourself.
Why should the wife do anything?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yes,
I just want to say,
have
Sunanda and Viji,
Yes, ma'am.
the theme for this year's International Women's Day is Break the Bias. And I think you'll have done that with your family. And that's important, And I must acknowledge here on this public platform, when Sunanda called me, I was trying to put off and say, no, I don't need exercise, etc. But I must, say that thank you, a big thank you, to make me get on to, and forcing me literally. Otherwise, at this age, we tend to slide into, we know that it is important to be active. And you've really helped me. Though yesterday my bones were aching, so I skipped my class. But thank you very much for all that you do. And let us break this bias. Yes, we have to train the next generation to respect women and to appreciate them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I just like to say the very good thing is that we are teaching our sons how to behave. Because always we keep telling the daughters, don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
It's about time people, and now we find boys are so accommodative. Say of that of my son also. I think my daughter-in-law is very fortunate, as he is too. But boys are so helpful now and considerate.
Correct.
So I think that's very important that we teach our girls to be boys. We don't teach our boys to
be yes, correct.
Yeah,
that is very much needed now.
Yeah. Basically, work is work. I don't think it is gender-based at all. If you are hungry, learn to make something you like to do. If you have left the place a mess, learn to clean it up after you. Simple things. It is nothing like a woman's work or a man's work. It's just work.
Very well said.
Very well said. Very well said. Okay. We now have Vasanta Auntie. So she's a retired headmistress from Kendra Vidyalaya. So she is here to share a few words with us on her achievements. I will mute everyone once before we move on to Vasanta Auntie. Just a minute, Vasanta Auntie. Vasanta Auntie, please unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes, Auntie.
Yeah. As you already, Sunanda told that I'm a retired headmistress from Kendra Vidyalaya, which is a very, accommodative for me and my family. More than like my husband was into army. So the whole, that responsibility is more. Like we have to act like a man many times or a woman, and with the children like a mother and mother-in-law's daughter-in-law, everything. So because we don't find them when we want them. Like half of my life, to frankly say that I was alone with my children and in-laws and my mother. Once and we used to come like a maplai and come and enjoy and then go. So, but the first mantra he told me when we were newly married in 1973, he told me, Vasanta, look here. You don't have a passion for any house. Like you may have to live in a cottage or a small hut or a big bungalow, like army life. It's army life. So you don't have any attachment to any of the houses. You are there for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years and you are not, it's not yours. So that he told me. And one more thing, don't keep your face maroon and very sad, because today is our day. We are together with our family. This is our day. Don't think of tomorrow what's going to happen to me, and don't cry today, because that I don't like from you. So that way it made me very, what do you call, positive. I had an attitude that, okay, you are there. Okay, it's good. And many times I want to share with you the things like when it goes out. Many may be knowing it, but still I'm just giving you a light tinge of that. Like they go anywhere for the friend, not even like they don't go for the war. That is the other way. But there is always a commotion in, like now you see in Russia, Ukraine and all. Same thing, something is happening in India and somewhere in the corner, many corners. So they move anywhere, anytime. Even they're, oh, I'm moving within 2 hours, I'm going to leave the house. Okay, leave the house. Okay, I'll carry on. But we don't know where he has gone also. We are not supposed to expose that place. It's only 56 APO, Army Post Office, and 99 APO. There are two things. Unless we meet them again, if at all we meet them, then we come to know, or to our friends. And one thing I love the army is, we are like more a family. My first family is my army. Wherever they are, like any of his friends or the regiment, where 9, I'm into 9 engineer regiment, Madras, Bangalore based. But the life here, when they are there, yes, you may see the rosy pictures. Oh, they are enjoying, they are going to the club, they are dancing. Yes, we do it. We don't know when they are not going to be with us. The day they are not with us, okay, we'll carry on with our own routine. But the communication is very less. So then you tell the equal distribution of work. Yes, it happened with me a lot. Now I become very adamant now. You know that? I don't have my coffee. He has to prepare my coffee in the morning. Otherwise, I won't get up. Because I have been doing everything. Now I don't want to do. I become very stubborn now.
That I do voluntarily on my own.
Uncle, you are not audible.
Not audible. Now I'm audible?
Auntie is audible. Now uncle is not audible.
Yeah.
I said I'm doing it myself. She doesn't have to tell me.
No, I don't know. Uncle is not audible, right?
Yeah, uncle is not audible. Auntie is very clearly audible, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah, now we can hear you, uncle.
I said I make the coffee myself on my own. She doesn't have to tell me. Before she gets up, the coffee is ready. And in the evening also, after she takes some rest, the coffee is ready before she comes into the hall.
That's cool.
She is lucky. She is very lucky.
Thank you. That's what. Now we are together. I mean, after his retirement in 95, and I after 30 years of my service, I retired in 2008. Now we are together. We share everything. Before that, I was a lone member many a times. Once it was 2 months in a year used to come. I used to go 1 month wherever he is. So what I say is, I really want to share the feelings that how we live our life. And I would like everybody to tell as a lady, teaching is the best profession, which I recommend to all the ladies. All won't get it, but I recommend. Why? Because I was 24 hours doing the Aya, 24 hours the babysitting, plus I used to take them to school, Kendriya Vidyalaya. So they were with me 24 hours. So he was not at all worried about the children. Once he came, I told you look after the children. I'm not going to take anything. So that way we share the things, but which is a very, very unique, and that profession gave me such a lot of encouragement and the satisfaction which I'm having now also. I contact my children who I taught long back. 30 years back or 20 years back. They are in touch with me. They wish me the Teacher's Day, Radhakrishna's birthday. And lots of small things, like only one or two examples I'll just tell you. How they come to help to the teachers. A person, I just went to Renigunda and I was going to Tirupati with some 2 teachers. So we were little about 50s that time. We could not carry our bags to this platform to that platform to put it in the other train, which is going to Madras. I wanted to go after visiting Tirupati. So 2 children kept running, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. I told, Baba, what is this, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am? Ma'am, you don't know me. I told, I know you were sitting in, you are short and you're sitting in first 2 benches. I know that, but I don't know your name. Sorry. I've gone through so many children. So he told, no, we'll do that. And he showed me like one coin. Ma'am, when I was in 5th standard, you gave me this coin, 1 rupee. Still it is in my purse. He has wrote Vasanta ma'am, because it's such a lucky one. Till today he's having. Again, I met him again. So that's the one girl who passed out for 12th standard, they give a send-off party. She came and she was telling, I was not in that school. I had been posted out from Pune to other this thing. And she told in the 12th standard, like this thing, send-off party, I just can't forget Vasanta madam. They got annoyed, other teachers, why madam is not here? How can you take her name now? But I can't forget her. What made you that much? She taught me in 1st standard abacus method. That time, that moving out the car, what do you call the small, what do you call money, jo hai na, wooden. So beads. Beads. I can't forget till today what she taught me. You are taught me for the board. Okay. But that I can't forget. You do anything to me, but I can't forget. Again, she after 5 or 6 years, she met me and told, I got nice scolding for telling your name. So that way, lots of happenings are happening till today. It's happening. Even for me, though he was in army, he was allowed to be instructor. He was teaching the captains of the army last. So still they have become brigadiers and generals. They really, sir, we can't forget your teaching. We don't feel like rubbing the board once you write on the board. So that way I've got a very, very refreshing and very nice family. So now we are enjoying after both the retirements. Luckily, I got my children, all 2 boys. They are settled and they are very happy. And we are also very happy. And with Vijay and Sunanda, we are very happy because she makes us get up and do the things. Because I'm little lethargic. But when the growing angle comes, like, come on, get up. Then I started becoming fresh. Thank you so much for listening patiently to my speech. And I thank all the ladies who are really getting along with the children and the family. And like, I think I do it. Thank you so much. Happy Women's Day for everybody.
Can I just add something to what Vasanta auntie said?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Because I have been a teacher for a long time, I just wanted to add that when I started this venture of mine, I needed a small team to do my work. So I have a team of 3 people only who works with me, and out of that 2 are my students. So wow. Yes. So this is how you know it is a never-ending bond, the teacher-student bond.
Yeah.
I wanted to endorse your point, Vasanta aunty, that it is something which never breaks off.
Never breaks.
Yes. Can I also add, intrude?
Sure.
Yeah, I was also teaching from 91 to 98. I taught in Visakhapatnam for 6 years, and I taught in Bombay for 2 years in St. Anne's. I was teaching. I did a bit of teaching also in the schools after doing some Montessori. So I was, besides a nurse, I was also teaching. And then they used me as a school nurse as well during that time. So it was double jobs that I was doing in all the schools, because they used me as a nurse, as school nurse, as well as a teacher. So yeah, I was teaching. And I like you all said, it's very nice how they students give us feedback. Now, most of them are on Facebook with me, most of the students, and they give you such nice response that they are doing well. They're all in America now. Most of my students whom I taught in Vizag, all of them are in the States, and they all send messages to you and say, you taught us the correct pronunciation, you taught us the right way of talking English, and all that, from Vizag. So it's nice that you get a good response from all of them. It's such a beautiful, rewarding experience. Yeah. Yes, very true. Very true, Vasanthi. Very true.
Thank you for
Very true.
I was
Hi, Vasanta ma'am.
I was also teaching the electrical engineering.
I'm also from the same fraternity.
Wow. Oh, may I know who is Niru?
I'm Niru, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not able to see your face.
Just a minute. I actually have just come out.
Oh.
I don't know whether you can see me still.
No.
Because I moved out of my...
No, I can't see you.
No? Okay.
Yes.
Little.
Can you see me now?
You switched off again.
Coming and going.
I've given you a request, Niru ma'am, to switch on your video.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah. So I'm placed in Delhi at the moment.
Yeah.
So, and I've taught in KV, retired from KV.
Wow.
So that's what I wanted to share with you.
Oh, so nice. Oh.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Nice listening to you.
Very nice seeing the same family.
Yeah, that's what
the best thing about Sunanda and Vijay, what I like is people that are online, there are lots of classes. Okay, I agree with you. They say, come on, karo, yoga karo, either ulta ho jao, seedha ho jao, sab kuch karo. But there's nobody to see what we are doing. Okay, the monitoring is the must. Like they say, hey, Vasanta aunty, you're not. So I love that monitoring, which I always tell my friends. There's nobody where I have not seen anywhere in any sessions. Okay, that's a compliment to both of you, which I really feel. Oh, they're looking at me, so I have to be very careful.
So you know about the students' mentality. You know you are under monitor.
A teacher knows a student better.
I tell uncle, I'm not doing. They're going to catch me now. Is gone.
I share the same.
On this Women's Day, I take 1 second. On this Women's Day, I take pride to salute all the army women who are so supporting for all the army men. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, it's not an easy life.
To all. Salute to all.
Thank you so much.
One small thing I wanted to add. When I was teaching creative writing, it was an open classroom where anybody who was interested in writing could join. So I had a Navy captain, I had a postgrad student, I had homemakers, I had young junior college students, all of them in one class. Now, because I was in Femina at that time, one of the ladies who wrote very well, I told her, I'm going to use this short story in Femina. Now, this was a lady who came in a chauffeur-driven car and lived in Soho, which is the high-end side of Mumbai. And believe me, when I told her that we would give her an amount for that, she had tears in her eyes. Now, this was a moment for her of self-discovery, to know that she could earn something by her own imagination and talent was at that point of time when she had grown up children, an amazing discovery for her. Now, this is the thing that all of us should try, and because no one is going to tell you what is good in you, only you can tell yourself. So try and find out any special skill that you have or any special interest you have and try and develop it once.
Voice.
Shailaja aunty, you've muted yourself. Yeah.
I would say take up any special interest which you wanted to further and you could not. This is the time of life to take one step at a time, and a year later you will be 1 year old in that particular skill. So my wish for all of us here who have managed to maintain a regularity in Vijay and Sunanda's class is to take up regularity in something else which interests you and go forward, and we'll meet you next year on the same day and say congratulations, you did it.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Actually, it's a really good celebration today. We have one more person here. Pramila ma'am is here.
Yeah, before we start, I will just mute everyone, and then Pramila ma'am, please unmute yourself. Yeah, Vijay, you can also unmute yourself.
Yeah, Pramila ma'am lives in the same community where we live actually, and she also recently joined us before few months actually. But I know always, we get messages from her, and we get even, few videos from her, about her, how she likes the classes and everything, really, it's so appreciative and very encouraging for us to keep moving on. Thank you, Pramila ma'am. Yes, you can move on.
Happy Women's Day to all. I would just like to read a short poem that I wrote, and you people have already said whatever is in my heart, and it's always overflowing whenever I attend their classes. It is like, something like a miracle, unimaginable for me to meet such people in my life, so pure and true. And I can't use the word self-sacrificing, but somewhere they are doing the self-sacrificing also to be so 100% present for all of us in each class. It's wonderful. And I don't think words are enough, but anyway, thank you. Okay, I'll just start with it. It's like, woman, who is she? Daring, but not glaring. Strict, but not harsh. Pleasant, but not crude. Powerful, but not dominating. Fast, but steady. Filled with charm, but meaning no harm. Purity amongst all impurities. Precise, but not curtailing. Leading others, but never intimidating. Moves with all, but stands and stays unique. Actually, I want to dedicate this to a personal friend of mine. She is also, very elderly. One of the very fine human being I could ever have had the thing to meet with. I have been a teacher, but I never planned to be a teacher or anything. 10 years, I did not have a kid. And my background was such that I kept lamenting and worrying and all. But my inner thing always made me to smile and laugh and somehow come out of it. After 10 years, I got my kid, and then they said me, like, just go for the job. When she was in third standard or something, I started teaching. So I've not done my B.Ed, I've not done my MPhil. First, I entered a college, and then I went in reverse gear. And I ended up taking first and second. And it is a wonderful thing, teaching. It is so wonderful. When we can create lovely human beings out of God-given kids. And education is such a big passion for me. I want to do something with that. But I don't know. I think I need all your blessings. And it's so wonderful to know about each and every one of you. And I'm just stuck with a grin over here. I can't even, close my mouth from the end. Starting, I am like this. Love all of you. Happy Women's Day. Happy Men's Day. Happy everybody's day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pramila ma'am. We love your energy always. Okay, next we have Dolly auntie. So normally, she's going to do a small piano for us.
As Geeta ma'am asked.
Yeah, Geeta ma'am has been asking, Revati ma'am has been asking her to do it. And here she is on audience request.
Dolly ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Dolly, you have to unmute yourself.
It's Beethoven's Ode for Joy. It's a good day for us to play this because of the... can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me? Yeah.
Yes, auntie.
Too loud. Can you hear it?
Yes, auntie, we can hear you well.
This is not. I have not used this piano for a long time. I've used the big one outside, so this is not agreeing with me today.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
Sorry.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
This is out of tune today because I'm using the big one that side. So that's what you all hear me from the other side, big one.
Yes. She will not be here, but we can hear her musical notes always before we start the session. That's how our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning start at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Dolly Aunty.
Sorry for the.
No, Aunty. It was a pleasure listening to you.
It was good. It was lovely. Ode to joy.
Yes.
Recognize it even if you had not announced it.
That's cool. So actually, according to me, like a Women's Day is not just a fun and celebration, right? This is not the day, just the one day we can just celebrate and leave it. That's not Women's Day. It is the day to recognize and appreciate and acknowledge the accomplishment and achievement of the women, right? So by doing that, I strongly believe that this would help women who have been oppressed to come out of their shell and prove the might to the world. That is the message behind the Women's Day celebration. Actually, that happened here. I believe that happened here. Everyone shared their wonderful journey. It is, like everyone feels, about their womanhood very lovely. It's a very lovely, I should say it is a very successful event today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all, and big salute to all of you. Whether you've accomplished by career or personal, thank you all for joining us today and making this event a grand one. Thank you, Jayalakshmi ma'am. Your presence just added, grace to the occasion. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vijay ma'am, as well. Okay, so with this, thank you, Maithili ma'am. You've been very silent today.
It's a very good show.
Yeah, Maithili ma'am has been very silent, but I would just like to add a small note about her. So she joined Growing Young. From that moment, she has been, immediately referring everybody she knows. She has, everybody she knows, she says, yeah, you have to go for it. I think she would have brought about 7 to 8 people to us, actually. More than that, in fact. Thank you, Maithili ma'am.
And that too, their school friends group, actually.
Yeah, school friends group is
they too from their school friends, and that is again a great thing. They are still friends from the school till now. They are having a very good
Church Park alumni group, a big strong group. So Jayalakshmi ma'am came to us through Maithili ma'am. Yeah.
She introduced me to this group. I really have to thank her for that. Really enjoying the group. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us. Wishing you all a very, very happy Women's Day. May we have the power to conquer the world. Thank you all for being an inspiration to every one of us here. Thank you so much. Thank you.